The summer movie season is, well, it's here. Today we're going to talk about my most anticipated movies and TV shows. Let's do it. What's up, Flick fans? Welcome back to my channel. I hurt my wrist, so I know what you're thinking. I promise. Today we're covering everything. TV shows and movies. We're going to start with the shows and talk about sequel seasons and original television. I'm going to give you 5 each, and then my most anticipated movies of the summer. We're talking May to like kind of the end of August, maybe the first week of September. I don't. My goal here is to maybe point out some things that aren't on your radar and then let you know what I'm looking forward to. If I miss a movie, if I miss a show, let me know and leave your top 5 most anticipated movies and TV shows in the comments. If you enjoy this video, it's a little different, drop a like. What else? Follow me on OnlyFans for feet pics. Let's start with original TV shows. Honorable mentions. I have Sunny on Apple TV+. It's about a woman and a robot in the future uncovering what happened to her husband, starring Rashida Jones. It looks really interesting. Those About to Die on Peacock, starring Anthony Hopkins. It's a period piece in Rome exploring the dirty business of entertaining the masses. It looks fascinating, so there's 2 interesting shows, but here's my top 5. First off, Star Wars The Acolyte, dropping June 4th on Disney+. I really like the cast: Amanda Stenberg, Daphne Keane, Jodie Turner-Smith, and we're exploring the dark side in the final days of the High Republic. I've always wanted a Star Wars show or movie to explore this time period because we're really separated from the Skywalkers at this point, but we're also getting more into the lore of the Jedi and the dark side. Obviously, that hasn't been explored in the movie and TV space, but from the trailer, my excitement, I'm not going to say it went really far down, but I wasn't as enthused while watching the trailer as maybe I was hoping to be. And part of that could just be my enthusiasm for Star Wars in general right now isn't super high, but also it has that look to it to where you know it wasn't filmed on location and everything. There's this fakeness and not a distinct style, something that Andor had so distinct. It felt so cinematic. I was lacking that in the trailer, and I'm not sure if the story is going to be super interesting. That being said, I do think The Acolyte has a lot of potential, and it's Star Wars, so it's on my list, but they're gonna have to do more to sell me on it. How about a story surrounding the downfall of the Los Angeles Clippers? What? They're actually a pretty good team right now, but all of the nonsense and madness that went on a few years back. This is all about when they were trying to win a championship under Doc Rivers and what happened with their owner, Donald Sterling, and all of the madness that came from that. Lawrence Fishburne is starring as Doc Rivers, and I don't know if I ever would have seen that, but now that I'm watching it in this trailer, I'm like, oh no, that fits. That's perfect.
It was perfect.
And again, I love sports stories. I love these behind-the-scenes types of projects we saw last year with Air and Blackberry, 2 of my favorites of the year. And this is very recent, right? Literally just a few years ago. But it's a fascinating story. I think they're going to put a nice creative spin on it. We've seen shows like this fall flat before, but it's basketball. What can I say? I'm excited for it. The trailer's great. Next up, Jennifer Connelly, Joel Edgerton, Dark Matter on Apple TV+. A very original sounding premise in Apple TV. They're crushing it right now. You have a man who is abducted into an alternate version of his life, and he embarks on a journey to get back to his true family to save himself from himself, his ultimate enemy and foe. I love this. I've not even watched a trailer. I kind of don't want to because it's one of those really original, mysterious sci-fi premises that I got from like a Dark and even earlier this year in 3 Body Problems. Like, what in the world is this all about? I have no clue other than what I just read you, but the cast is great. Apple's doing a nice job right now, and original sci-fi is kind of what I'm craving at the moment, so yeah, this is high on my list. Oh, and the first 2 episodes drop on the 8th, so when this video goes out tomorrow, so there you go. How about Eric, starring Benedict Cumberbatch? Vincent, a grief-stricken father whose son goes missing, finds solace through his friendship with Eric, the monster that lives under Edgar's bed. Now, I can't really give you much more of a description beyond that and beyond the trailer. I did see the trailer, and it has that Prisoners type feel to it, to where a father is desperate to do whatever it takes to find his missing child, except there's like a spin to this story. A spin in which doesn't really tell me just by seeing the trailer where it's going to go, so I'm interested. Curiosity right there. There's a hook that's kind of got me, so I'm very excited to see what type of show this is, how dramatic it can be, and what is actually happening here? The cast looks really fascinating, and this could be one of the best Netflix projects of 2024 if it reaches its potential. Presumed Innocent, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, telling the story of a horrific murder that upends the Chicago prosecuting attorney's office when one of its own is suspected of a crime, and that looks to be played by Jake Gyllenhaal. Now, you all know how much I love Jake Gyllenhaal. This trailer is dramatic. It caught my interest almost immediately. The way it's put together is riveting, and I love a good crime-centric drama. I always think of a dramatic series like Mindhunter, although this premise is very different, obviously, but Jake Gyllenhaal, Apple TV Plus, a couple of people from series like House, Dopesick, and House of the Dragon behind this series. Count me in. I love TV like this. You know the performances are going to be good. I can't wait. It's number one on my list. Just go watch that trailer. Now, those are original TV shows. Really quick, I want to give you 5 sequel seasons that are dropping this summer. My most anticipated in order at number 5, Umbrella Academy Season 4. I'm a huge fan of this series, although the quality as of late hasn't been as good, especially as like that first season where I was really locked in. But Season 4, the last season, it's all going out with a bang, I'm sure, and I really love this cast of characters. Then we have Only Murders in the Building Season 4 on Hulu. Now, once again, it's a show that keeps you on your toes every single season. Just like Umbrella Academy, I wasn't as enthused about Season 3, but there were some really great moments, awesome characters, and I'm always going to be tuning in for something like this. Number 3, and here's where it gets tough. I'm going to go The Boys Season 4 at number 3. My anticipation is always sky high for The Boys. It's just this summer is going to be different, man. There's so many good shows. There's been a surge of energy for this show that happened after Season 3. Since Season 3, we've gotten a lot of Homelander memes.
It was perfect.
The awareness is at an all-time high right now, so I have a feeling Season 4 of The Boys is going to play better and be more popular than ever. And so I'm freaking pumped. Every season has been fantastic. I can't wait to see what we get next. House of the Dragon Season 2. I was riveted by Season 1. I would actually say I liked House of the Dragon Season 1 just a bit more than Game of Thrones Season 1. That's a little crazy, right? But it's the truth. I genuinely believe Season 2 could be awesome. The originality, but the characters are what make this thrive, and I'm so excited to see what happens next after that finale. But number 1, it's got to be The Bear. And I feel like we're always talking about The Bear nowadays because we're getting these seasons so quick. But man, it's just so good. If you love chef shows, if you love great performances, if you love awesome family drama, if you love hilarity, I mean, a lot of people consider this a comedic series. It is pretty funny, to be honest with you, but this is the best show on TV right now. Ever since Succession ended, I'm like, yeah, it's The Bear. And it's going to continue to be The Bear. I don't know if that's for sure, because this is the coolest summer of television I think I've ever seen, but The Bear tops this incredibly difficult list. Now, we go from TV shows to movies. Let's talk about some movies that I'm freaking pumped to watch and pumped to talk about. Yeah, there's too many to talk about. So let's do some honorable mentions before we get into the top 5. Trap, M. Night Shyamalan. It does indeed look like he's back because this trailer was really, really fun. Maxine, the 3rd movie in the X and Pearl trilogy. You know she's going to crush it. It looks insane. Kinds of Kindness. Yorgos Lanthimos back with another film already after his Oscar run last year. Once again starring Emma Stone, but across the board, this cast is insane. The movie's going to be great, although it doesn't really feel like a summer blockbuster. That's fine. Twisters. This is a summer blockbuster, and to be honest, I've never really been too excited over Twisters. I know people love the first movie. The first movie's entertaining, but the more I see from this, the more I'm thinking, man, this actually could earn more money than almost any movie because it does indeed feel like a summer blockbuster. Inside Out 2. I don't know why I'm not as excited about this as I should be. The first Inside Out is magnificent. Maybe it's the Pixar sequelitis I have right now, but if it's anything like the first movie, it's going to be high quality. Alien Romulus at the end of the summer. What a way to take us out. I love the director. I love the cast. I love that they're going practical for this movie. Everything about it looks like it could be a return to form. And then this was tough to leave off because I'm fascinated by the trailer, the premise, Nicolas Cage being in the movie. Long Legs. Watch the trailer. looks terrifying. The premise is fantastic. We're talking maybe one of those films that could creep up on us at the end of the year and say, hey, I was one of the best you saw. I think it looks like that could be the case. But we have a top 5. We have to talk about it. Number 5, I'm going A Quiet Place Day One. I really like this cast. Headlined by Lupita Nyong'o, absolutely. But really, this world is one that I've always thought, from the first movie, man, you can do a lot with this, right? This alien invasion, that's enough for multiple spinoffs. But we're going back to that first day. What did it look like in New York while this crazy chaos was happening? We're going to get some spillover from actors from Quiet Place Part 2 that we saw, but in reality, this is a world that we could explore with multiple directors. I know Krasinski didn't return for this. He's actually got another movie that I haven't talked about yet, if the kids will enjoy it. Quiet Place, not for kids. The shtick of, oh, you got to be quiet and then you make the noise in this, it looks like it's less important in this film, but we're going to get to that, obviously. So very excited. Feels like a blockbuster. I hope this movie does well. At number 4.
In their time, humans were capable of many great things.
A film that I'm seeing on Wednesday that is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I am so excited for this movie, man. I love the first 3 films. The only hesitation I have is like, man, the first 3 movies are so good. How are you going to live up to that? And in general, there are so many movies in this Planet of the Apes saga that we have, and so many high-quality films. What are you going to do differently? Well, here's what I'll say. I love that they're skipping forward. I love that we're going off of Caesar's legacy, except we're kind of flipping the script and changing the way that that's perceived. And now it's the apes on top, the humans on the bottom.
That's what she said.
This world that they're molding and forming. If we just get a great start to that, I'm going to be satisfied with this. And I am a really big fan of bringing on Wes Ball because it feels like he has a lot of passion for this film. So I'm pumped. I'm beating my chest, man. I can't wait to see this movie in a couple of days. Hopefully it's awesome. Fingers crossed. Ouch, my wrist.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick-tick, so upsy daisy. Here we go. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws.
This is going to surprise some people. Deadpool and Wolverine at number 3. Now, I'm obviously really pumped for this film. The trailer was pretty good. The editing didn't really do it for me. I think there's some moments in there to where I'm saying, all right, this is going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun. Hopefully it feels like Deadpool. They're definitely leaning into the R-rated vibe of it all, throwing out all of those F words. But it does feel like it is missing a distinct style, which is, you know, the issue that I've had with some of these Marvel films, even ones I've loved. No Way Home is a fantastic movie. Doesn't have a lot of style. I hope that's not the case for Deadpool and Wolverine, but if it just, you know, captures what the other 2 Deadpool movies captured in terms of tone and the vibe and the entertainment factor, this will be the blockbuster of the summer. You wait and see, especially once some of these cameos start getting out, man. People are going to flip and lose their minds. So I'm excited to see it. Can't wait to see what Marvel does. I just really hope it stands out from a crowded genre. At number 2.
Furiosa! We've come too far.
It is Furiosa. I am a Mad Max stan, a fan, and I love my man. George Miller. He's a beast when it comes to this franchise, these films, creating big, epic blockbusters that just feel, and I'm talking the original Mad Max movies, what they did during that time, and then Fury Road, rejuvenating the franchise, but making it feel so different from any other movie in 2015. Now, 9 years later, we get an origin story for Furiosa. Now, I'm hearing this one's constructed a bit differently, but honestly, that's okay. I don't want to see the same thing. If I wanted to see Fury Road again, I'd go watch Fury Road, but I'm excited for it. My only hesitation is some of these shots. I mean, shooting a little bit of it on location, but then you got a little more of a CGI look and feel than Fury Road, so hopefully that doesn't take away, but my God, Anya Taylor-Joy, Chris Hemsworth hamming it up in this movie. I am ready for a cinematic experience. Give it to me, George.
My man!
No, I don't buy it.
What?
You're not a hitman. You can't be.
I feel weird having this at number 1 because it's a Netflix movie, and this is summer blockbuster movie season, but I can't help myself. I've been excited for this ever since it premiered at multiple festivals last year, and that I missed, and I missed it again, and I've missed multiple times, and I haven't had the chance to see it, and I'm sad. Glenn Powell is becoming a movie star. He's already in Twisters this summer, but there's a movie called Hitman, directed by Richard Linklater, coming to Netflix. One of the better directors out there. Glenn Powell's charm is magnificent. I think the cast in this movie in general is awesome. And just watch the trailer, and it gives you this vibe that this movie is going to be so special and entertaining. And people are saying, I mean, so many people are saying, Austin, you're going to love this. And it just feels right down my alley. You have Gary, he's a professional killer. People hire him. He goes out, dresses up, takes people down. You know, he's a hitman. That's what he is. But he falls in love with one of his clients. Now, that's something that if you hear that, I'm like, all right, sounds entertaining, but who's directing it? Well, it's Richard Linklater, who has such an incredible amount of depth and charm to his screenplays and the way that he often balances humor and romance and drama, and there seems to be a thrilling aspect to this movie, and it seems like one that maybe could feel more general audience friendly than some of his movies. He does a nice job, especially as of late, but I am so excited to see what he brings to this premise and how he wrote these characters, and to see Glenn Powell headline a movie like this that again has romance in there, but also numerous other genres. And I know it's on Netflix. I get it. It's a summer movie countdown, but I would be lying if I said anything else was number one. I'm so freaking pumped for this film. I can't wait to review it. It's coming out in a couple of weeks, and so be on the lookout for that and my review and my recap at the end of the summer. And we'll also try to talk some box office this summer, because I'm interested to see how these films are going to perform. Right now, obviously, I'm guessing Deadpool and Wolverine will do great, but my wild card is going to be Twisters. I can't wait to see how that does. All right, so leave your thoughts, your comments down below. What are you watching this summer? What are you looking forward to this summer? You staying home and watching TV? You going out and going to the movies? Thank you guys for watching this. Plenty of reviews on this channel, and I'm going to see Planet of the Apes review coming soon, but be on the lookout for a reaction short. See you in the next video.